Little did I know, this Comic-Con would not end well. Join me in the spirit of Ghostbusters, my original creation. So if you like Ghostbusters, you're going to love this video. I'm Bonnie, and as some of you know, I'm a pretty big Ghostbusters fan. But first, a little backstory. If you've watched any of my other YouTube videos, or follow me on other social media, you know me as the popular Janine from the Real Ghostbusters cartoon. Gozer the Gozerian from the original Ghostbusters movie, 1984. Miss Stay Puft. Pinup version, of course. I have my own ECTO. And a somewhat normal Ghostbuster. Which now brings us to my biggest Ghostbuster challenge so far. My original creation, the Spirit of Ghostbusters. So you might ask, why would I want to make something like this? And some people might respond, why not? But I just wanted to kind of test myself and see if I could. I'm kind of a maximalist, and I really love creative things that are a little out of the box. So I wanted to make a fantastical love letter to the Ghostbusters franchise. The idea would be that I was a spirit, the spirit of Ghostbusters. So I took a lot of the key elements you know from the Ghostbusters franchise and put them into one outfit. I've made so many friends in the cosplay and Ghostbusters community that making this was a little bit of a smile to them, and I was kind of hoping I would bring them joy by seeing this too. And you know, we have to make little kid self happy. And I think kid me would smile if they saw this. So now here's a glimpse at how I made some of this. In order to make the wind-swept ghostly hair, I needed to make a frame that would support this hair. Essentially, this wig was going to be like a hat that was form-fitted to my head. And then any Ghostbusters queen needs a crown. So I studied reference pictures of Lady Liberty, the Statue of Liberty. It was tricky getting that curve and everything lined up, but here we are. It's all made out of foam. It needed to be light. And of course, I have my Lolly Belle as my little helper. She's such a good helper. One trick to cosplaying with foam is a few coats of wood glue. So that's what I did here to make it a little bit stronger. It also smooths out some details. And in my old craft paints, I found this perfect shade for the paint. Some of the ideas I had, I didn't really realize, which I should have, how much time and intricacy it was going to take. Like when I got the idea to light up the back of her crown, they just kept shifting, but I had to put every light where every hole was. But I was really glad I did. It was a really neat effect. I also had to cut and reattach some wires, and Google is your friend on that. Now off to the firehouse. More foam, cut into pieces, studied more reference pictures. So much time-consuming stuff here. I hadn't even really gotten to the part I started regretting this, but it started to pay off. I chose to make it look very close, but not absolutely exact. But I got it pretty close. I stared at those pictures a long time. There's a little door, more coats of wood glue, and then the red. And if you notice, I added some detailing to the bricks and added some cellophane. I liked that for windows. It was very light. I also liked how it had a tinge of iridescent green. And I hand drew the tiniest little no-go symbol. So here it is. I turn the light off and you can see the effect. This was such a satisfying moment to see this like that. A proud moment. And here we are to Stay Puft. This was the third Stay Puft I had to make. I started off with full size and it just didn't work. I should say full body, not full size. But since he had to be light, I built this little frame, and this is all foam clay. And I used real red ribbons for the details. It was actually my first time using foam clay, and I'm definitely going to use it for future projects. So this proton wand arm was probably my favorite besides the chest piece, and I could probably make a whole video just on this, but I'm going to show you that it's all made out of foam, and this is the progression. I took inspiration from one of the original proton packs. And I took into consideration that it had to keep a roundness to wrap around my arm, as you can see there. So even though foam will bend when it's glued to itself, if it's straight and flat, it will want to keep bowing straight and flat. So I had to take a ribbon and keep it rounded and make everything shaped around that roundness. As you can see with the ribbon off, it keeps it shaped because I build it like that. A friend let me have some of that rainbow ribbon, so that was awesome. And as you can see, there's a straw up top for the little details. Sometimes I laugh at my own work and I'm like, I gotta trust the process. And here we are, painted black. And as you can see, painted black, it's already starting to take shape. I went into my recycle bin and got some of those little plastic bits, painted it with a light coat of fingernail polish for the parts that light up. Here we are with the forearm section, and I really like the idea of making it like the proton wand. Here I am with more trash that I cleaned up and painted. The majority of the supplies you see are things that I had already here. I wanted this to be semi-clear so that the light would shine through it when I hooked all that up. I took some extra tubing I had and I thought it would be awesome to attach it. So when I moved my arm, it was still all one piece, so it looked like it might actually work and do something. It was very tricky trying to get the lights up in there so that that tip would glow as well. It's little foam straps so that it would stay tighter on my wrist. I added a few more foam details. I like having texture, kind of adds the realism to it. There's some paint, tube attached, and we are ready to rock. Now we are on to the chest piece with the Real Ghostbusters that will be painted on. This is thermoplastic called Warbler, and again, this is all scrap stuff I had. When it heats up and it gets stretched, it sometimes forms those gaps, and I took some scraps and heated those up and formed that over that. Ultimately, it didn't quite get as smooth as I wanted because I was using scraps, which is perfectly fine. I added these pieces of Warbler just to add a little extra strength as well. There I am heating it up. The chest form I'm working with is just for clothes, and I wasn't really crazy about how the top part was a little on the pointy side and it wasn't smooth. So what I wanted to do was cover it in 2-part epoxy, which you can use like clay and it air dries and it becomes extremely hard, but you can sand it, you can do anything like that, and it takes paint very well. I got these silicone molds so I could put hot glue in them, and also for the roping. As you can see here, I'm putting the hot glue in, and when it dries, you can glue it right onto the surface, and afterwards you can paint it. Here it is right before I pulled out of the mold. There it is applied with the roping. This is one of my favorite details here, using the hot glue for the slime. It worked really well, if I do say so myself. I ended up using it on the collar later. Here we are with it all primed. I actually used my own name badge to have a reference to start sketching and painting, and a no ghost patch for the other side. This all was so tedious with a tiny brush because I didn't want to mix the colors. And I did the black and yellow to represent the caution tape. As you can see here from the Real Ghostbusters cartoon, I had sketched out and started to paint Winston, Peter, Egon, and Ray. You gotta love the Real Ghostbusters cartoon. And yes, they took forever. One cool detail is I made that right there, the ray, the proton beam, go up into the filigree, and I added tinsel to give it a shine. Lolly is helping me add grommets to the neck corset. I did make the pattern for that, as well as the other skirts that I didn't really get into detail with, but they are many, many ruffles and structure to keep it that shape. Back to my favorite part again, adding the slime. It was very tedious painting it, trying not to get it on the fabric though, and even though it was neon green, I ended up going over it with some green nail polish to make it even brighter, that you don't see here, but you'll see it in the video later. Again, I used a reference for the ECTO 1 license plate, all out of foam, free-handed. It took a while, a lot longer than you would ever guess. Here's the ruffle that's going to go on the back. I really wanted to have that big cartoony kind of ruffle sticking out the back. This ruffle is part of a bigger section that goes around my waist separately, but that ruffle right there gets connected onto the front of the bodice, the chest piece, because I want it to stay exactly that shape. Alrighty, now it's time to go to Motor City Comic-Con. Did I mention you have to be really careful transporting all of this stuff? There we are, all tidy in there. Hope I don't have to stop fast. This is the reality of being a cosplayer. As you might have noticed, I was wearing my makeup, but not my costume, because there's no way I can drive in this thing. So here it is, all over the bathroom. And remember, ladies, boots before corset, those who know, know. And though technically I can get it by myself, I did have a lady help me lace it up in the bathroom. So it took a little bit. Overall, it was pretty comfortable considering. I did make it to fit my body, but you have to be in an exact posture all day too, so it's a little bit weird. As predicted, it is a madhouse in here. and I keep getting stopped, which is not a bad thing, but it is kind of what I'm trying to get somewhere, which I am. I'm trying to get back to the Ghostbusters booth because I went back over to the Comic Experience Sci-Fi booth for a minute, and it's very hard to get where you're going when you're wearing a cool costume. So,
Yes, awesome. Thank you.
thank you. And thank you.
Of course.
And look at them. So cute. Great costumes. So there's a mix of feelings. You're like happy that people want to stop you, but at the same time you end up so if you stop and somebody's taking a picture, usually there'll be other people wanting to take pictures, and then more people taking pictures, and you don't want to be rude. And of course you don't wear something like this to not have your picture taken, but sometimes you have to get somewhere. So such a good cosplay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is my friend Riley, and she always has the best cosplays. I like your addition. That's really cool. I ran into a fun 80s Skeletor on the way to our booth. They're clowning around over here. Hey! So here we are at the booth, and I'm going to give you a little mini tour. Stay Puft is so big he barely fits in the building. ECTO 1. Anybody know who that is? There's going to be a quiz after this video. Just kidding. So here are some of the props, traps, proton packs, little mini Stay Puffs. None of these items are mine, but they are out of a personal collection. If you are familiar with Ghostbusters, you're probably familiar with Ray's Occult Bookstore, and we kind of themed this area like that. Honestly, though, I can't personally take credit for this because it is a personal collection, like I said, but I do say we because we are a group. Now I'm going to do a little mini montage of myself and my costume in front of some of the Ghostbusters items, like that really awesome arcade. That's actually from the 1980s. Oh, and something I didn't mention earlier when I was talking about making my costume is my right sleeve with the ECTO 1 on it is actually made from an old flight suit I had. The longer skirts you see are two different skirts, and the underlayer has a bunch of ruffles, and it's got some structure so that it's actually like a bustle. A bustle, in short, is like a Victorian thing that bumps it out to give it more shape. Basically more volume. I mean, you have to balance out the hair, right? And randomly, I meet the cutest little puppet. Hey, look who I just found! What's your name?
Oh, my name is Waldo.
Waldo? Nice to meet you, Waldo.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
I'm Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie.
You're really cute.
Oh, thank you.
And your horns are very pointy.
Yeah, well, I sharpen them every morning.
Aw, like a good little monster.
Yeah.
Well, it's very nice to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a great time. Several of my Ghostbusters friends have said that they feel like celebrities when they're working a con like this because it means so much to fans when they get their pictures taken with us, especially in front of the car and the different props and Stay Puft. I wouldn't personally say that I feel like a celebrity, but it is a really nice feeling that you don't really get anywhere else to have people appreciate some of the things that you made. So it's not so much about me, like I don't take it as in like, look at me, I'm so awesome. It's more like, hey, I appreciate that piece of artwork that you worked really hard on. And the fact that some people get really excited and they get a lot of joy in wanting to take pictures with me in my artwork, I just think that's really cool. Even with some of my characters that aren't so over the top, like my Janine, that one's really fun just because so many people have told me that it is just like the cartoon, so it reminds them of their childhood, and they always get the biggest smile on their face, so that's a really nice feeling. Speaking of celebrity moments, I do have something coming up that surprised me, but it was pretty cool, so stay tuned.
I love it.
Thank you. I love it.
Oh, hey, I'll get you in here. I think you might have done the other part, but you never know. Say something profound.
I am profound.
See, that's a good answer. It is so crazy busy in here. Oh my gosh.
We put you on our Instagram and do a quick interview. It's Conventures.
Oh,
to
sure.
talk about your cosplay.
As long as you don't mind. No, it's my vlog.
Oh, hi, vlog. Hey, you look amazing. amazing.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's funny, I was doing interviews with Cosplay and Sci-Fi yesterday. I was interviewing
Oh, cool. I love that. Let's try it out. That's great. I'll interview you.
Okay.
I am here with another amazing cosplayer here at Comiccon. Tell me about your entire life.
I was really flattered that they wanted to feature me on their page, so if you want to go check that out, the information is here in a second. But I'm not showing that all here because I've essentially told them everything I've already told you behind the scenes in this video. I've mentioned before my videos are not sponsored, so if you did want to support me in any way, sharing or commenting on something, just letting me know that you're watching really goes a long way, and it does encourage me to make more videos. And if you want to support me monetarily, I have a Patreon called The Bonnie Scott.
But no one is truly the Bonnie Scott. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah. Job well done. Good job. I like it. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much. You look really, really good.
And I do like a B-roll, like a,
Yeah.
you like,
Okay.
you like do a spin.
Kind of
And you do like a what? I can do that.
Here we go. They just said they're conventurous.
Conventurous, yeah. We'll flip it around, but it's like adventurous, like adventurous, but drop the AD.
Yeah, okay, so your names again.
Gina.
Steven.
Oh, there we go.
Yay!
Awesome. Yay. Inception.
Amazing. Have fun.
Speaking of celebrity moments, last year, you can see in this picture, I was so lucky to get my picture taken with Ernie Hudson, one of the original Ghostbusters. I wore the Spirit of Ghostbusters cosplay one other time, and that was GalaxyCon, where he was going to be again, so I had to see him. Actually, more so, I wanted him to see my cosplay in tribute to Ghostbusters. Here's my little story from that.
I went and saw Ernie Hudson, and I could not leave this con without seeing him because I had my picture taken with him at the last con, but I did not get an autograph and I didn't really get to talk to him. So lots of love. So it made my day because he saw my outfit and he was just speechless. He's like, and he said something like it was amazing. So yeah, that made my day. I told him I couldn't come to the con without talking to him. So I'm gonna have to frame that.
I'm adding the picture back in because there was one really important detail that gave me the biggest warm fuzzies, and I think I was just too excited that I just forgot. He actually was like, can you hold on a second? And he gets his phone out. He's like, can I take pictures of you? So somewhere on his phone, he's got pictures of me, and I didn't even get pictures of him. So I kind of missed getting a picture with him in my cosplay, but oh well. When I can, I stop cosplayers that catch my attention, like these guys.
Comedy metal band. Isn't that cool? Plethora. We'll have to check that out. Oh, that's sweet. Did you make it? Oh, that's so cool. Awesome job. Thank you.
You gotta love cosplayers taking pictures of cosplayers. The Rocketeer is actually Riley's husband, you saw earlier. And that's my friend Jason.
Excellent. Lovely. Beautiful. Or just me, okay. Lovely. You want to switch it up for Lauren? Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, you're so welcome. It was nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you too. Yeah. Yeah, this was the over-the-top outfit. Wow. You look great again.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take a couple. 1, 2, got it.
Okay, now listen to the guy in the background.
What? That's crazy. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
That is so cool.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet. Are you going to post those anywhere?
Yeah, probably on my social. Proton Pack arm is amazing.
Thank you, stranger that I've never met before. Just kidding.
Hey, look at Ryan's Batman.
We're gonna go today?
Most of it, yeah. I was like a little bit late. What about you?
Well, he just got here a little bit ago.
I know this video might come across as, hey, look at me in this costume, but really I'm trying to show you what it's like to go to a Comic-Con in an outfit that's like this. So here we are, two friends as cosplayers, admiring each other's work, so it's kind of nice. We're all like a bunch of big kids living out our dreams. Did you ever have a dream as a little kid to grow up and be some kind of superhero?
I'm usually the cold one, but there are so many people here, and this wig is hot, this neck corset's hot, this chest piece does not breathe at all. I'm getting a little toasty. It's still not a true complaint, but it would be nice to have something to drink. Oh, you know what sounds really good? Bubble tea. They have bubble tea outside. I wonder if they have taro. Oh, that's my favorite. That'd be good. Yeah, maybe I'll go do that.
Now I'm trying to make it out to the outside area where the food trucks are, and I think I only got stopped about 5 times.
Thanks. Figure I might as well, you know? Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I did. I feel like I need a handler. Okay, this line isn't too bad. It's not too good, but it's not too bad. Did you make your costumes?
I made mine, and this is half.
That's okay. You guys look amazing.
It's a hard one.
Yeah, that's really fun.
This is great.
Thank you. I love yours.
Ghostbusters, that's awesome.
Thanks. I was wondering if it was going to show in here, the lights. I don't think it does like that, but with the curtain it does. All right, anybody that keeps up with my lives on Instagram, where I've had some in the past. Look what I got! Yum. They should start paying me. I feel so big in this outfit. It's so funny next to you because there's so much hair. Yeah. So it was, the Astronomicon video, part 2. She got whisked away and carried from the floor into a chair. It was very dramatic and romantic in the sense of being carried and whisked away. But you have to watch that video. Onward to the next adventure after I drink this and she drinks her water. Oh my gosh, there's giant turtles out here. Oh my gosh, these are the biggest turtles I've ever seen in my life. Hey, wait a second, let me get this here. This is amazing. Ah, so cool.
I don't think the camera really captured how big these turtles really were.
So right they got it.
Oh my gosh, look who it is. Oh, you guys look great. I see what you did with the hair. Oh my gosh, it defies gravity.
So much glue.
So much glue. Oh, look, she looks so good, Crystal. Yeah. Why is it? Oh my gosh. Do you want to be in it too?
Yeah.
I love the Stay Puft back there too. Oh my gosh, they look so good. Okay, are we ready?
Who are you gonna call? Unfortunately, the ambulance.
Yeah, I gotta do this and I gotta go back to the booth then. Actually, I should be on that side because I gotta go. Yes. Okay.
And yeah, okay, let me just shine a little bit of light on you guys.
Bonnie's gonna do this.
Hi guys, it's Chen. I'm here with Bonnie Scott. Bonnie, can you tell us a little bit about your cosplay?
Yes, it's from Ghostbusters, but it's my own design. It's the Spirit of Ghostbusters.
Okay, I know you're probably like, wait, what? The ambulance? Well, I've been my mom's caregiver for the last 5 years. And although she was okay when I left the house, I got a call right before this that she wasn't feeling good, so I had to call the ambulance to come pick her up. So I just wanted to be real with you guys that even though people can look happy on the outside and look great, not all the time things are so great. Good news is she's doing well right now.
Thank you.
It's as easy and as simple as these things.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, you guys. I gotta go home now and deal with life.
If you like this video or you want to see more of my other ones and future videos, subscribe.